The output of the system is rape, racism, etc. A system that has studied you all very carefully and has said you have been bred to be bitches. We are counting on you being bitches. So when the top martial artist emerges, he must be uncontrolled. It is as if we're all being tortured and saying, you better not, you better not. If someone is from the Sun Temple and is truly the top martial artist, as we see, righteous indignation creates a more powerful focused blow and tactics than lust and evil and greed and conformity. The desire to serve God creates a greater warrior than the desire to protect one's family even. We see a pyramid of the martial arts spirit versus the energies of this world that are put beneath his feet. And this guy needs to transform everyone else. This is the most important scale of the top martial artist. The most important requirement is he does not bend over for the system. He is not part of a school that is allowed to exist in the system that propagates conformity. He is not on TV and celebrated because he's a conformist. He's not promoting the companies that oppress us all, this corporate oppression. In the video before this, I show you that there's women in their own depiction. I didn't draw that cartoon. My drawing sucks. My writing sucks when I write quickly. Okay, when I write slowly, it's not too much better. Okay, the women and the working class and so on in a certain order are being carried up the stairs of corporate control by the suit. They're following suit. Who follows suit and who doesn't? And why? Is the top martial arts uncontrolled because of greed and immorality, or because of righteous indignation and insisting that honor is assigned to who deserves to have it? Everyone's given their rightful place, including in the minds and the hearts of men and women. My place isn't just with women respecting me, but them stopping at nothing to date me. And that is above selfishness. That is truth. Somewhere under my feet, is there a desire to be selfish? Yes, but make no mistake, it's under my feet. Your works. If you respect this man, why don't you date him? Why don't you marry him and not that rich corporate crook? If you torture someone long enough, they will break. Reminds me of Tears of the Sun. He said, this guy runs away, they shoot him. Bruce Willis or whatever shoots him in the back as he's running away. Because they're looking for the traitor. And he comes up to him and he says, they have my family. What will happen to them now? And everyone's kind of, it's a sad moment. No one knows. You don't know. I don't know. They don't know. The cast was probably holding back tears, even though they know they're acting. Okay? What will happen to them? It's what we all know. Somewhere down the line, your family gets fucked in a way that makes you wish you would have rose up in the Spirit of God and put an end to this madness once and for all. Was Mace Windu wrong in Star Wars when he confronts Palpatine? I'm going to put an end to this once and for all. He's about to, he beats him in the lightsaber. He's about to, and Anakin stops him. They're depending on you all to be Anakin and to stop the top martial artist from putting an end to this once and for all. Isn't that painful? This is the society we live in. The things that cause you to betray God, they end up abusing and abusing them anyway. Again, if you don't remember anything else from this video, the most important requirement or characteristic of the top martial artist is an unwillingness to conform no matter how much the pressure is turned up. He's willing to sacrifice everybody and everything. When they worry about extremists, they do worry about a psychopath who hates everybody so much he wants to kill them no matter what. He's unreasonable. He's an unreasonable, evil piece of shit who just wants to kill everybody. But they're more concerned with someone rising up with the more effective spirit and energy of righteousness to address the problem. They dull the senses with psych meds. They make us zombies. Almost certainly the top martial artist is going to be put in the psych ward. He's not going to say, hey, now that they're coming for me, I'm going to kill this guy right now. No, because he sees his importance. So he goes to the psych ward, he gets drugged. He doesn't submit. He does what it takes to get out of there, and he's right back to fighting the war. It's not the same as submission. I don't submit, and you must understand that this is an important quality. And even in our popular culture, in the movies, Did Rambo submit to the torture? Did Luke Skywalker turn to the dark side? His father was on the dark side. First, he had showed him, hey, your friends are all going to be killed. Your dad's on the dark side. You may as well join us. You may as well let me be your teacher and teach you our culture, our belief systems, and our values. Valuing power, which includes coercive power, legitimate power, expert power, knowledge power, reverent power. Valuing the ability to use brute force to have your way and magic and so on. This is how it is. And magic is even referenced in Egypt. I go as far as to say that's the reason people fell off. They kept turning toward this magic and this illusion bitch shit instead of insisting on the pure martial arts order. Who can you trust with that fine line between national security and human rights? Some corrupt politician? Some flawed character that we've allowed to rise up through the criminal system and to snake everybody more effectively to then present you their snake argument? We can only really trust the top martial artist with being the leader when you think about it. Everybody else is settling for something that your kids deserve better than. Your families, your country deserves to be led by Chukwu Emeka, who will not conform, who will not bend over, who will sacrifice everything and everyone for the right thing. And when you support him, nobody needs to be sacrificed. We are all sacrificed if I'm not in charge. Nobody needs to be sacrificed if you love, respect, and support me and I'm in charge. You're sacrificing your money, your sex life and your time, your values, your belief in God. You're making yourselves hypocrites and whatever they say in the news is going to affect the culture. Even if they made it up and said oil runs out tomorrow, the market is going to react. Women are going to react. People are going to react. They can have their way with you any way they want, and they've been doing just that. That is the design of the system. When they say jump, you say how high. You look around and say, hey, that's how high, right? Oh yeah, that's how high. Again, one last time I tell you, the most important requirement for being the top martial artist is being uncontrolled by evil and submission to God. That God's energy flowing through you. Pure sun, no yin yang. A lot of people look at even the old kingdom of Egypt and they see this kind of Set Horus kind of rivalry. And Kasekemwe, I believe his name was. I believe he was the last pharaoh of the second dynasty. One story is he put down a rebellion in Nubia and came back and put down a rebellion in Set. One way or another, the people of Set rose up again. They fought, and when the smoke cleared, Horus's followers won, and they no longer were symbolized in putting Set's symbol on Kasekemwe's image and hieroglyphics and so on. All right. Well, I hope you understand that, I'm not saying go out and beat a woman. Okay, I get mad at women. I'm not saying go rape a woman. I'm not giving you a priceless justification for this thing. I'm telling you how to transform and to stand with God and justifying it from every angle. Stop thinking short term, think long term, think generations, think the direction of humanity, think facing your maker one day, think what it means to be Horus is to face us. What it means to be from the temple of Horus is there's all these other perspectives that are saying, no, our way's better, acting like bitches. You have to say, this is the one true direction of humanity, the sun that symbolizes no animal nature, but God's pure brilliance, his intense brilliance, his warm touch, the fierce, destructive force of righteous indignation from the sun that turns fertile land into desert. And how it needs to work with everything else to give us the things that may help us become complete. The stars need to be marshaled by the sun, and it's right there in the Bible. I'll put the scripture at the end of this video that God marshals the stars. Malachi, the son of righteousness. Jesus, the bright morning star. On and on and on. Potiphera, the daughter of the priest of On. And then we have of those 5 in Isaiah. It was Isaiah, I almost want to say 19. I'll put it in the end too. There's 5 centers in Egypt. and one of them will be called the city of the sun, that it will be called after. So it's one that's more important than the rest that will be called after they start doing God's will and accept the true gospel according to the Bible. It will be called the city of the sun. So regardless of how I personally think the Bible is flawed, but the truth is there. And to abandon the truth just because some selfish ninnies did that is wrong. It's just as wrong as saying, look at the incel movement. To say that women aren't torturing men to the point where a lot of them, 1 in 3, 1 in 4, become rapists is wrong. Just because a bunch of weirdos are making that argument to justify their psychotic activity doesn't mean that this thing isn't true in that regard. Okay? There's only so much torture people can take before they become rapists, before they become murderers, before they become racists, etc. Before they become conformists. And why? Because they haven't conditioned themselves to be ready to take it no matter what. Thank you.